Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Entre Luna y Sol. This is going to be our fourth episode,
Oh, we're starting over. We're
our
doing it again.
first episode,
First
our
one.
fourth episode, the first of our second arc, and I'm so happy to see everyone here. My name is Victor. I'll be your keeper today, and I'll play everyone who isn't my lovely players. And we'll start from left to right. Oh, hold on. I'm not seeing our. I'm so sorry. I don't know if my thing is frozen because my thing says stream is brewing. Never mind. It was me. I'm so sorry. From our.
Me like opening it up really quick.
Okay.
Sweats in tech.
All right. Maria, my love,
Hi.
introduce yourself for the people.
Oh, I will. Hello, people. Hello, everyone, people or otherwise. My name is Maria. I use they and she pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster, wherever the internet happens to be. And tonight I am playing Mac, Eloisa, who uses they them pronouns and uses the mundane playbook.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't have any. It's just a little
Just a little guy.
just a
The
little
most normal.
Just the most normal.
of the group.
Don't look
The
at
most
don't
normal.
talk to my hand. It's fine. Don't talk to
But hello. Hi, I'm Brevon. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me at the Mythic Bunny, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky. I'm there, baby. I'm going to be playing V Belmonte. His pronouns are also he, they, and they are doing the Spell Singer playbook. So, pew pew, let's go.
pew pew. Yeah.
Diana.
Thank you. I was like, wait a minute, am I next? I'm next.
Who am I? Who am I? Where am I?
Hola. I go by Diana Moon online. I use she, her pronouns. You can still find me on Twitter until it burns to the ground as Diana Moon, or Blue Sky as Diana Moon, or Twitch and YouTube as X Diana Moon X. And I am playing Remigo Remy Angel Ticote, he, they, the monstrous. And look, it's fine. I know what I'm doing. I may look a little off today. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay? But that's me.
Oh my gosh. And hello, I am Rena at Liquid Rena on the everything, and I will be playing Huli, your very, very upset as Spooky for having seen everything that happened last episode.
Yeah. Since it's been a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and recap for the people. Hello. If you're just now joining us, Entre Luna y Sol is about a couple of wonderful disasters, queer disasters, in the city of Puerto Sol. The community center is gearing up for a big blowout block party, which seems a little bit more serious than people expect, or at least that our heroes expected. 2 days before the party, Oscar, the lead of the community center, Oscar, the lead of the community center, called his four most trustworthy people, or the least busy people he knows, to check up on Cassandra, a young woman who had recently come back to town, who was handling the funds for the block party. She had been missing for a couple days and not responding to any messages. So when they all went to go see her home, they discovered that it had been ransacked and filled with nasty, like, smelling clay that formed a beast that they fought. From there, they discovered that Cassandra is a werewolf, and more than that, Cassandra allegedly stole a lot of money from the community and has been working to pay back those debts. When upon returning to the community center, There was a little bit more discussion. Mac found out how Cassandra was pretty much cyberbullied, and Revon got to learn a little bit about one of the teachers there at the community center, Ray, who reported that red clay had been stolen, that he had expected to use for classes. And then they got flirty because Revon and V and Remy had a fallout. Listen, it's even in the right spot, and I
I
keep
know, I know. I'm like
think
being accused.
This is a real self-insert campaign.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because V and Remy had a little bit of a fallout because Remy, serving his Dark Lord, has been scooping dark magic out of things because A, it feels good, and B, like, he just wants to make sure that no one else gets hurt. It's fine, I'm sure. And Huli was approached by a weird and awful realtor man who has been trying to revitalize Puerto Sol, and guilt tripping Huli about Mac's childhood home. And then Mac, our mundane, in fighting the beast, recently has contracted a bit of supernatural hand, in which there's a thing, Twilight, in their hand that can control part of their arm and potentially more, since Mac allowed it to help them out a little bit. All of this came to a head when V, in the middle of arguing with some really shitty haters for life, and Mac and Remy had to face down Cassandra in her werewolf form. After the incident, Cassandra was put to sleep by V, and everyone was starting to head back to the community center when our lovely spell slinger was stopped by the Council of Mages. And so that's kind of where we are, but we're gonna pull back a little bit. Huli, when everything went down, I know you knew exactly what to do to protect everyone around you. So you had been going to call the teens in to have, tacos that you had helped prepare in the kitchen, when this beast dropped down. 1 second.
That's dinner.
While the keeper is away, this is a reminder to everybody who's in chat. If you want to affect the game, there are some incentives. You can see them over right above Huli's head. But you can donate straight to the Ko-fi to do some shenanigans.
If you send us coffee money, I will blow you kisses.
Blow you kisses.
Hello. I'm sorry. So, Huli, what is your initial feeling as you see this beast come down and the lights in the street go off?
There's like 8 kinds of concern. First concern is some of these littler kids might not even think or move fast enough to get inside and get to safety. So those ones immediately get just kind of ushered or scooped up. And then the second worry is these teens who think that they're old enough and can take care of it, and should the ones who are like gifted, like feel like they should be able to use their powers, and it's like, no, you are too young for this. You need to go inside. Let the grown-ups handle this. Which I think that is why at some point Huli felt pushed to use his powers to like get them inside.
Yeah. And so the smaller kids listen to you really easily. But just like you expected, the older teens who were playing on the basketball court, sort of run up against the fence and are like concerned and scared, and they see Remy pulling out a sword. That like a lot of people probably teased Remy like, oh, that's such a like nerdy fake, and the realization that like, oh, he's gonna fight. There's there's some commotion as the kids try to go for the gate to head out to the street, and then they feel your power and back away from the gates. And while some kind of looked relieved, some look reluctant and even frustrated, but they know that it's for their own good.
Lo siento, I'm sorry, but you can't go out there. You are children still. They're children still. So get inside right now.
And they rush inside, just in time for you to hear a couple like surprise gaffs and quiet like cries of concern from the children as they head inside.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess I'm following them inside because there's a lot happening out here, but I can't get over that fence fast enough.
Yeah. What they're concerned about is inside you see Oscar, and then you don't. You see like a figure expand, stretch into a form that definitely shouldn't work, and then it slips away. And when it slips away, your eyes are drawn down, and you see Ray starting to head towards the front door, and on his neck is where it starts, almost like cuts, and then scales start to draw out this like dark blue pinpointed white and sharp teeth as he runs out the door.
Was the wall of fire already going by the time I went inside? Yes, right?
Yes.
I don't even have time to stop Ray and be like, you're a fish, you dumbass.
Yeah. Not a lot of thinking. Huli.
Yeah.
You hear a voice and you're behind you. And it is the most exhausted, frustrated tone. But it's wrong. Not in a way that's evil or corrupted, but in a way that is true, that it's real, too real. And that rasping, tired voice says, "This is so fuck."
I think I would recognize Oscar's voice, like even, or maybe especially. Yeah, so Huli will just like whip around to try and like see, like Huli does not know about the kind of creature that Oscar is. I don't think we said it on stream last time, so I'm not going to take that away from you. So Huli is like, what? Wait, what?
No hay tiempo.
Okay.
Oh, Juli. I'm using magic to keep this from getting too big. Pero los niños que no saben, please gather them. Keep them away from the windows.
See, claro. And with that, Juli's gonna start like running around and bringing kids into like the gymnasium, which I imagine has, if it has windows, they're very high up.
Yes.
And just like getting as many, not even just the kids, just like everybody, because some of these people don't have magic and could not defend themselves if they needed to.
Yeah, and Nena like jumps up to help you and is just looking incredibly concerned. And is in, it's a rush. It's everyone is moving around, it's hectic, it's scary, and you feel pain starting at your fingers and going up your arms to your chest. And you know that it wants the chaos to get bigger.
No puedo hacer eso. No. Está bien. Está bien. No. Gritted
It is-
teeth.
Gotcha. It is making a request of you to cause more chaos, to
No.
feed your power. Then I would like for you to something under pressure. I know what the move is. Act under pressure.
Okay. What do I add to that one? I always forget.
Cool.
Juli's so cool.
Julie's got a 0 cool, which is better
Juli's
than
so cool.
their
It's
tough.
me.
That's an 8.
So cool.
Huli, you know that you can deny this request. You are here. The power is not. But you understand that if you deny this request, the next time that it asks, it won't be as easy to deny.
I have no choice. I can't put any more of my community and my family in danger right now. And if it happens next time, then I will have to connect with that darkness.
Gotcha. Yeah. Perfect. You deny it, and you feel that pain pulse in your chest like it is beating to get out. And it subsides.
I need to help Nana. I need to. No, go. Focus. Is that when Mac runs in?
Yeah, I think you see, like, if you go back out to make sure that everyone is in the gym, right?
Mhm.
You see the wall drop. You see this confrontation. You can't hear it, but there's anger, frustration, something going on in front of you. And then Remy changes, leaps. It happens so fast. Cassandra is scared, starts running, and Mac, you run in for your board.
Which is right by the front door.
Mhm.
¿Qué pasa? What do you? No.
Sorry, Huli, and it's just gonna turn and go.
Ray is still out there.
Yes. While everyone else is running, Ray sort of is following Remy, who looks like he's slinking off somewhere. And this is when you hear Oscar again. You see something right out the side of your vision, and that voice happens again. He's like, "I'll go get them.
Gonna.
Protejan nena y los otros."
Always.
And you see a long, dark arm reach out past you, and it is thin and angular and wrong, and it grabs keys off of the hook next to the front door.
¿Eres una skeleton?
No, mi vampiro. And then you see something shift way too fast, and the front door is closing before you can see what it was.
They don't cover this shit in the Twilight.
No, they don't. Right? We can know. How's Huli feeling right now?
Upset, distressed, panicked, concerned that the pushing back of that darkness is not going to hold in their current state.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't know what to do to distract, because normally they can run and do something or help somebody to like redirect the energy, but there's nothing to do right now. And so they are just standing in the doorway, like gripping it like white knuckles, just holding the door.
Rena, Huli has felt rather helpless twice today.
Yes.
Huli feels a grip on his ankle. The ankle that was trapped in rock for hours. What do you do?
Here. I'm alive. I'm here. He's gonna look down. I assume there's not actually something at his ankle.
No.
There's shaking. Like a leaf in the wind, just like full on shaking and gripping that door jamb and just trying to Huli is not the kind of person to go to therapy. But they have seen enough like Pinterest posts that are like, okay, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell, and they're like really trying hard to remember how that goes and just trying to like ground himself, because he is so sure right now that he's just gonna collapse. And he can't let anybody see that.
All right. We're gonna leave Huli in the middle of a panic attack. And we're gonna go to someone who hasn't registered. V and Mac, you are both in the truck bed with a sleeping werewolf when the truck is caused to magically stop and there are 8 robed figures behind you. And they're all looking at V.
I think Mac is inside. If I remember, Mac is inside the car with Oscar.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah. But I know V's in the back,
Yeah.
which is totally fine. Definitely fine. Definitely not bad,
Not at all.
Show us what you've got.
right?
Does Max still have Remy's sword?
No.
No, V does.
Yeah.
I gave it to V, so he
yes,
is like
there you go.
holding onto it, watching these individuals that have appeared out of nowhere. ¿Qué me está register? What?
Did your family teach you nothing? The
No.
main figure speaks. Do you say it like that?
Yeah, he's no.
Literally, no.
Literally no.
No.
Though.
The figure next to the main speaker laughs. And it's not like a malicious laugh. It's like when you get caught off guard, like like, oh what?
Wait, right? My family didn't tell me anything. What do you mean, for what?
Es tu apellido.
Me ape. And he's having a moment where he's like unsure of what to say and what to answer, and he otra vez, ¿qué me está diciendo?
¿Qué es tu apellido? Last name.
Belmonte.
And everyone seems to like crowd in around the speaker, and then they seem to into just 2 people. 3 people sink into the speaker, 3 people sink into the person that had laughed. And he walks closer and puts down his hood. You see a very old man. He is bald and has like a really wispy, like white mustache, very dark skin, and his look is very stern. He's just like, Los Belmontes left, and they were stripped of magic.
Why?
Hateful, unseeing things.
But my abuela wasn't like that. She taught me everything. She didn't tell me I had. Oh, okay.
Your father is the one who lost your family, their magic.
And there is a moment of shock where he sort of starts to sag against the truck. And he is holding onto Remy's sword as if it's like the only anchor he has right now. They didn't tell me.
And this older man is like a cross between upset and frustrated and confused. And the person next to him lowers their hood. And it is a very warm-skinned woman. Femme-presenting person.
Mm-hmm.
Their hair is like an electric blue. The side of their head is shaved. And they have as many piercings as Huli, if not more.
Let's go.
And much, much younger than the old man is just like, oh, oh, sweetheart.
Listen, the last time I tried to do magic in front of the family, it went bad. And I left. Nobody told me anything.
I can imagine. I see you have a friend.
Mac is literally in the if there's like a is there's like a window into the back like those one of the like tiny Mac is like scrunched and is just barely looking over the back of the seat, like has turned completely around, so they're like kneeling on the seats, looking out this window, trying desperately to figure out what's going on, but also desperately not wanting to be seen, which is hard to do when your hair is like giant and white.
Él no sabe nada.
Yo estaba hablando de la loba.
Cassandra,
Oh. And she doesn't look upset, she just looks surprised.
you know Cassandra?
Yeah, we're around the region. And
I'm so confused.
listen, you don't know anything, and that's okay. We thought you did, because you did some very fucked up magic in front of many regular people.
I just tried to fix I fucked it up. Oh god, okay.
Hey. And she doesn't like you're a cat. And
You just
and
were
the
piss.
like, hey, my name is Soila, and you need to register if you're using magic of that caliber. However, it looks like it's a very bad time, especially if Oscar looks like that. And right next to Mac, if you look over, Oscar is once again this like sharp, angly, like black, like creature.
Yeah.
And he looks back and he's like, Zoila, Arturo.
Oh. So this is the thing, and I don't know. Okay. It's bad time.
Yeah. You need to register.
Okay.
You need to register later. So whatever's going on here, I understand. But if you don't register, people who are much worse than Arturo are gonna come and talk to you.
Oh, how do I register?
You have to talk with us and do a couple rituals.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
We knew your family when things weren't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know anything, hey, there's a lot we can teach you. But there are rules.
Right. Okay.
So we're gonna go to Reds because we haven't been in Puerto Sol for a long time. And I'm gonna get some Cubanos. You need to come see us by tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
And so like Arturo like snaps and the car engine turns over again.
V whips around to Oscar and goes, "You know them?"
Oscar is just sort of shrugs and is just like, no es el tiempo ahorita.
It's never the time. All right. Mac, how you doing?
Fine. Good. That seemed fine. Normal things, fine.
as confused as Mac is I am, and that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, okay.
V turns back and he slumps and he's just holding the sword like I it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And he's just gonna keep repeating that to himself as they ride along.
Oscar does provide you with Zoila's not so bad.
What about Arturo? Yeah.
Arturo doesn't like it when Sol sees Luna. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all we can do to keep the twilight.
Where's Oscar? Where's Huli?
At the community center. Everything should be fine.
Oh, he's gonna be so mad at me.
Did you see her before we left?
Yeah.
Oscar laughs.
Yeah, they didn't look.
He
I
didn't
kind of
look
brushed
what-
them off. I mean, they looked a little nervous, scared, concerned.
They don't
I
have a
didn't stop to
temper, do they?
ask.
Okay.
I didn't stay. I had to get my board and go, and I didn't have time to stop and chat. So
Do the whole update thing.
it'll be fine. And Mac just kind of sinks a little bit in the chair.
They both just sink into their respective spots.
Yeah, I think Oscar just says, travieses. Which, if you don't know, that means troublemakers for our English-speaking audience.
I think Mac has probably heard that contextually enough to know, and will just like sink a little more and like pout.
Just muttering to himself.
Yeah, let's cut over to our dear friend Remy. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine. I am taking the slow route home because back to the center since, can't not listen to Oscar. And just, yeah, I don't know if they witnessed that necessarily. Did they?
No, it was probably like a couple blocks away because truck.
Yeah, truck versus, yeah. And since I'm not allowed to transform and skitter away, yeah, just tired.
That's fair. You also feel like all the remnants of the high, the power of the dark magic sort of fading from you, leaving behind only this sort of carved out feeling, empty.
Man, I could go for some more of Huli's tacos right now.
Yeah, I think on your walk back, you sort of look up the street and tell me, how good is Remy at seeing magical effects, do you feel?
I think it's more sensing than seeing. Like visually, like they probably wouldn't catch a lot of it, but they could sense that something's wrong, or to them, any magic is inherently wrong since they've been transformed and such. Because usually
Mhm.
magic is not good against, hell type creatures.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So now that the level of intensity has died down, you're not surrounded by V's magic, you feel a pressure. It had let up for a short amount of time. You're not sure how long, but after a moment, you feel this pressure come down, and it's not focused on you. It is this whole section of the city. You can't feel where it ends. It is oppressive. And it feels like defensive magic.
Mm,
And
okay.
it weighs you down. What does Remy do when they feel themselves almost slowing at the weight of this magic?
Um, I think the first instinct, even though it seems to be very broad and everywhere, the first instinct is see if they can locate, if in with the vicinity, who's casting it or whose like signature is it.
What does Oscar remind you of?
Oscar reminds me of the first person I accidentally killed when I first transformed. It was a kindly old man who saw someone on the side of the road, you know, and was the type of person to bring them in to take care of them. And that's who Oscar reminds Remy.
When you try to find the source of this magic, you feel that warmth, concern, and your own natural dread. There's so much magic in the air, there's no way that you could mistake it.
Yeah. And now that
And
I know that Oscar's a tree, it's like, oh, some things are slotting into place.
mhm. I would like for you to make a straight weird roll.
Ooh. That's a 13, Chief.
Perfect. So I'm going to tell you something, and then I'm going to allow you to ask one question, any question you like.
Okay.
You know that magic on this scale is something that your master would not attempt because they can use you. Because magic on this scale destroys the body and shortens the life. So this oppressive magic, this defensive magic, you can't really understand what it might be for, but you know that Oscar is doing something that is shortening his lifespan.
I guess the question, the instinctual wanting to, this whole night, or this whole day has been Remy fighting against their new normal of nature of like taking the dark magic, listening to their master, but also wanting to protect the people that they've started to have feelings for. Um, and so the question they ask is, how can they help with that burden?
put together with Oscar's words, with his actions, with what he spoke to you slowly before they left. And with the way that this magic presents itself, protection, an aura so heavy around the city, that Oscar is using whatever natural magic he has to hide the strange actions that people, are letting slip. Almost like trying to get their eyes to glance off the magic. So when big events like this happens, you imagine he has to use a lot of it. So you can take it in a couple ways. If Puerto Luna was known and accepted more easily, he wouldn't have to hide things. If people were more careful with their powers, more careful with their interactions with folks, same thing, he wouldn't have to use as much magic. But really, it comes down to there has to be something that lets him rest. And you know how tired that man is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think Remy is just like, well, people aren't going to not use magic silly, because people are people. And I think it's a slow seed of thought and planning of maybe Remy could take over for a while so that Oscar could rest. And I think that thought of that like they have all this abundance of dark magic, dark whatever that's transformed them. Maybe they could shift that and burn it off to help the town. And so with that thought helps Remy, despite being like super tired and exhausted from eating all that evil magic, gives him a little bit of energy to like get to the center a little faster, a little more determined.
Perfect. So Remy, it's probably still gonna take you a little bit, though you're probably gonna end up there soon. Huli, you see Oscar's truck pull up. Ray has come back into the center, sort of like transformed back, and has no shirt. Boy is shirtless. And has been helping kettle people around, and helping kids and adults be less scared. And outside you see Oscar's truck pull up. You see Mac in the passenger seat. You see a weird angular black thing in the driver's seat, and V in the back, sort of, and the crest of something dark.
I think I am so relieved that none of them are visibly hurt that Huli does not look mad when they pull up, which I imagine is a great relief to everybody inside the car.
Yeah.
And he will run out and just, "You Remy?
Alright.
¿Dónde está?"
There, V like looks up to answer, and there's this moment of hurt and like ache in his face before he like looks down at the sword that he's holding onto, and he's like, I don't know. I think he went walking. He'll show up eventually.
I think Max sitting like they're still in the cab, but their legs are kind of dangling out the open door. And they don't. I think when you ask where Remy is, they don't say anything to it. They just are mirroring kind of that same sadness, although it's a different kind of sadness, but visually it looks kind of the same. Of just such profound disappointment and concern, but doesn't look exactly at Huli.
He's hurt, or you said he's walking.
Yeah.
Algo pasó, pero he's
They're coming. They're coming. We shouldn't talk about it out here, though. We should.
Ven, adentro. Todos pointing at Oscar.
You see Oscar unfold himself from the driver's seat, and there's a moment where you might look at Cassandra passed out in the cab, or not the cab, the opposite, the
Truck at the bed?
bed.
Bed?
Yes,
The bed?
Yes, bed and
truck bed.
I-
I was like, it's not a trunk because a trunk closes.
We know automobiles.
And then you see just this this weird too long hand reach and just lift Cassandra like she weighs nothing. And he looks at Huli, looks at Mac, looks at V, and then stares down the street where Remy, you're cresting this hill and you can see the truck, you can see your friends. And Oscar shakes his head and looks at all of you, and is just, there are things to prepare. You all seem like you need to talk. You can use my office. And he crouches into the community center, and again carrying Cassandra in one hand, even though it seems like he still seems like he's trying to be as careful as possible as he folds himself in. And you see mostly just Cassandra moving quickly away, and not Oscar.
But he can never help with picking up the ladders.
Damn. And the four of you, for the first time in a really crazy day, don't have something to do. And you are all together in front of the community center.
Adentro. Come on, let's go inside.
If it's okay, V would like to let Huli and Remy go first, and sort of hang back with Mac. And there's a moment where he kind of pauses, and he looks up to them. He's like, you good? I know that was the whole thing, and I'm real confused, but you good?
I don't know. No, yes, maybe. And they just shrug and kind of start like walking in like a little circle, trying to pace out their thoughts. It's
Yeah.
I'm sad and I'm scared, I think. And I didn't know all of that about your family, and that's awful. And
If there's one person that I know I can talk about it, it's you, Mac. I respect you. I didn't get the chance to say thank you for that stuff that you did with Russell and making me feel like I belong. You did. I don't get that a lot. So thanks, man. Like gives him like a that pat on the shoulder, has to reach up because it's so sort and we'll figure it out. It's gonna be fine. We should go inside.
yeah. Hey, if anybody makes you feel like you're not supposed to be here, just let me know, because they're wrong. I mean, you
Thanks,
can
Mac.
you can stay however long you want, but you belong here. It doesn't matter what somebody says your family did or didn't do. That's not on you. Right?
That means a lot. Thanks. Come on. Leads Mac in, following after Remy. And
Grabs
Woody.
my longboard and follows you. I'm not letting
Holding
that
this
baby
gigantic
go.
sword toddling
Yeah.
in.
There you go. Remy, by the way, is wearing the shirt.
Oh yeah.
Just for Huli to notice is wearing Shark Boy shirt and looks very exhausted. Like they don't look like they have any actual bruises, but they're gone. So they have dark circles, like as if they haven't slept for days and everything, and it's moving slowly. And they have a very, I guess, kind of guilty expression on their face, and obviously not as talkative as they even when they've done stupid shit and being guilty for they were always talkative. They're not talking. They just like nod and like had followed. Didn't even bother asking, of course, for their sword back yet.
Yes. Huli does not have time to examine all of the ramifications of these things. Z is just going to go to the kitchen and brew up like a big pot of probably like maizena and just something like warm and hot and thick to pour into mugs and like bring into Oscar's office once they're all sitting down.
Yeah, I think Remy just like leans against the corner of the office, not taking any of the seats or anything.
Hay cuatro sillas. Siéntate. There's
No,
4
no.
chairs.
If I sit, I might fall asleep. Besides, I don't think any of them want to be near me right now.
Okay.
Gracias.
Tómalo. Just gonna wait for the others to come in and settle.
He comes in and he's gonna find a seat. Sucks to say, but as far away from Remy as possible.
Ooh, ouch.
I think Matt comes in not too terribly long after, and had put their longboard right back where its spot is, by the front door, and would find a seat, as close to Fuli as they think I don't know if Huli is still like prepping things or anything, but not obviously staying away from Remy, but not actively trying to sit close to him either. But does like sit down, is leaning on their knees, like their elbows on their knees, leaning forward, and does have some like kind of nervous glances, or like very not nervous, but the glances over towards Remy that don't linger very long before they start meandering elsewhere.
Once everybody's sitting, Huli would have done like 2 chairs on either side of the desk, so Mac can be sitting right next to them.
Mhm.
Huli will like wait for everybody to take like a sip or two. Dime lo que pasó. What happened?
Shit, where the fuck do we start?
Cassandra showed up.
Yeah. Shut up. And just shit sort of hit the fan.
There was fire.
I was trying to make sure nobody saw what happened.
I mean, that worked. Kind of. Maybe.
It's fine. What happened though in there? It kept me from seeing, so
I mean, we tried to keep Cassandra from. Oh, Cassandra got real mad.
ella está con Oscar. That's fine.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like destroyed somebody's car. Mad. Russell's car.
Under their breath, Max says, well, Russell kind of deserves it.
I mean, yeah, he kind of fucking did.
She wasn't in full control. She couldn't get out of the transformation. She was in pain.
Yeah, you didn't make it even better, any better.
Y ese que vi.
I thought taking the dark energy would help her. I thought it was what was controlling that painful part of the transformation. It didn't work.
Yeah, well, it didn't help. And she ran because of you. Now she's in worse pain.
I mean, not every cure works. Well, we don't know if we don't try.
I have a question as above table for Diana.
Yes.
Because we've had some interactions before. As part of our history, you saved Mac once from bad. Has Max seen Remy use that kind of power before with kind of the side effects that seemed to happen this time, or is that a first?
It would have been a lot minor. It would have been like,
Got it.
Yeah, like if there was not the same bird that's been tormenting Remy, but like say a bird had some dark energy, it's like, oh, pobrecito, and it's like they maybe ate something cursed or something, and you would have seen them like zap it out, and the bird was fine after you, for example, something like that.
Right.
This is like to 100 difference.
Gotcha. Okay. Mac will again kind of slightly quieter than they usually are, will say, whatever you did, I didn't like what it did to you, Remy. I always thought that you were. I mean, you got this weird and cool, scary things that you can do, but I always thought that you were somebody who could, I don't know, control it, have a say in it, and it did that. It felt like the opposite. You were kind of like a different person for a little bit, and I don't like that.
Well, we all got different sides to ourselves we don't see.
Yeah, well, that
But-
side seemed to. That could have hurt somebody.
I wasn't trying to hurt Cassandra once I knew she was stuck in. When you can't untransform, it's a little scary to understand why she was acting the way she was.
What were you trying to do?
Take that dark energy. I was trying to. I could see that wasn't part of their ability, their essence. It was something from the clay, maybe. I don't know.
Where do you put all this dark energy that you take anyway? You keep saying
That's
that
what I wanna
you can just zap it out of something. You can just pull it. I mean, I've seen you do it a couple of times, but where does it go? Does it just sit in your belly somewhere and then?
I think when you say that, they automatically put a hand to their belly because they feel very hollowed out and hungry. Sometimes when it's small, I do absorb it, and other times I put it elsewhere.
Like into the sky. I mean, that's bad for the environment.
I think this is the first time that actually like looks up at Remy to actually see the state that they're in. And it's very clear they're not doing well.
Yeah. And Remy's not like glances at UV, but doesn't like understands that you're not happy with him, so doesn't linger at looking at you.
What did Cassandra's dark shit do? Because you don't look good.
Well, the problem is when you gorge too much on anything in one day, it ain't that good.
¿Su patrón no le gusta o qué? Or
And they
did you
look
not
at you.
give it to him?
No, I did.
Remy, when you say that, you feel a sharp twinge in your chest. ¿Qué haces? No one else can hear that.
I'm just trying to make sure I didn't do well today. It happens, at the house and everything. I tried to help, and I just have to do a different plan of attack. I overindulged today in not a good way, and I am sorry. We unfortunately have more important things to worry about than that. We have to worry not about just Cassandra, but Oscar too. And Remy just tries to ignore the voice and like, okay, don't.
No, yeah, when you start to push the conversation away, that stabbing feeling lightens up.
And I think
it was a warning.
Yeah, I think I give a glance to Huli, like, like later. Like please, like
And as a side note, this is the first time that V has ever heard that, correct?
yeah, I'm pretty sure only Huli knows.
Yeah.
Oh, Julio would assumed that V knew.
And
How delicious.
so there's a
And-
moment where he hears patron and he goes, "What patron?" Hold on.
I wish I had some patron right now.
What? Huli, what do you mean?
No. What happened to Oscar? He wasn't in the fight.
No, but on the way here, he's put a barrier or some defensive shit. I don't like, like in video games kind of thing, like around the town.
No protección.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he's been doing it very hardcore in a way that one person shouldn't be doing if they expect to live long.
Is that why he's so tired all the time?
See. He gives a lot of himself to keep all of us safe.
Wait, Huli, do you know what he's doing?
Not exactly. It's a personal thing. What everybody does with what they do is a very personal thing. So I don't ask questions,
Okay.
but I know that Oscar cares about this community.
Is Oscar the only one doing it?
As far as I know, he's the only one who can.
That's the only presence I
Is-
felt.
I when we were dealing with Cassandra, there was red clay coming out of her wounds. And I was talking to Ray, and he said that a bunch of red clay got stolen.
It was the same stuff we found in her house.
Yeah.
Magic isn't necessarily good or bad for the most part. Everything has a little bit in it. The earth, the plants, the ocean. And the fact that the magic that we have been dealing with today is so viscerally dark is very worrying. And there are only so many people here who know what's happening, more or less, who know that they could help or not help or do anything about it.
So, I managed to put Cassandra to sleep. Okay? So we got a little bit of time to do something. I mean, Cassandra was always by the rocks, right? Where I can't remember. I think it was in character that we learned that there was red clay that we found at the rock. Somebody did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar found red clay that he thought was blood
Okay.
near
Yeah, we were
some of the cave
FaceTiming.
work.
Yeah.
The red clay Oscar said he found at the rocks. There's clay coming from Cassandra. There's clay coming from whatever was in the house. And red clay was stolen from Ray.
Mac,
Yes.
you feel a strange pinch in your hand, and in your mind, you hear that whiny little voice. How do we know it's not Ray? Oh, so convenient. His clay is stolen.
Do I have the feeling that I can talk back to this guest of mine? In
This squatter.
this person
Yeah.
with my mind as opposed to my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think
Then
that's easy or hard for Mac?
oh god. I don't think it's easy because they've never had to do it before. So they would try to say no, we don't. That's not what we. That's no. No, he's part of the. No. No, he wouldn't do that. And I think that to everyone else at the table, you can see like Matt kind of winced a little bit, and then it's just kind of like slightly shaking their head, but not saying anything.
Mac, ¿qué pasó?
You good?
I have a question. And we'll look
Okay.
to Huli. What do you know about Twilight? And not like
The book?
no. Does that mean anything to you besides the book? Or
I'll
anyone?
pause.
There's also the movie.
That's also
No.
above the table.
Yes.
Is Julie aware of Twilight at all?
Huli would have heard it in whispers.
Like a
in-
boogeyman sort of deal?
Yeah, it's sort of like a warning that you have to stand in one world or the other because the Twilight doesn't care about you. So you have to be Luna or Sol. A lot of hardline people who don't like the interaction, too much interaction with regular folks. People like Russell, Elijah, Catherine. You know, they would be the type of people to spread to like the children who they know like this, like there's no Twilight, there's Luna or Sol. You know. And it's a warning. And older folks always seem to talk about it as if it's an actual entity. And that's the basic thing that you would know about Twilight. Like, there's not much else. It's all, like, oh, it's like children's warnings, of course.
So Huli will explain all of that. I'm not gonna rehash it again. In the he's like, similar to like como la Llorona. Like you tell the kids so they don't go out at night, you tell little kids who are starting to learn about their powers, they say you have to pick either el día o noche, the day or the night, to sort of the middle space is dangerous, is what they've told us. But I don't know anything more.
But that's where I live.
See, I don't. Why are you asking, Mac?
Because something's been talking to me and it's claiming that it's something named Twilight.
What?
I don't know. It just sort of happened.
You're just telling them about me.
If I look down, do I see that there's a hand, that face in my hand? Is there anything visual?
Actually,
Or can I make it visible?
roll me a straight weird roll.
Oh, good. My skill that I have. Okay. It's 6.
My love, you gained an experience point.
Ah, huzzah! Hooray!
What?
You feel the tug. You know that you can make Twilight appear.
Mm-hmm.
But you make it a little bit too obvious that you're trying to force it. And Twilight just sort of snarls in your mind, and it's just like, I'm not a pet that you showed tricks off. And but even though he's like mad, he still he still flings your arm out.
Uh-huh.
And then flings it back in, and everyone can see an eye open up on the back of Mac's hand.
Oh.
And then it looks alarmed, looks around at all of you, and then disappears.
Yeah, so Huli, remember when I said that I saw a ghost? It was not quite a ghost, I don't think. It was that.
But that makes sense because I can see ghosts, and I couldn't see that until just now.
That's Twilight?
That's what they say.
I would like to use telepathy. I want to see if I can read Twilight's mind. Which I think it's just like a use magic roll, yeah?
I believe
Just roll
that's
weird.
Yes, it's your weird roll that takes over use magic, I believe.
Wow.
Oh no, sorry, no. It's investigate a mystery, or read a bad situation, or manipulate someone.
I guess I'm investigating the mystery of what the fuck.
Very good.
Yeah.
Then roll. So this doesn't actually let you use weird, so you have to roll plus sharp.
Okay, that's fine actually. I was like, oh, that's a 12. No, it's not. Oh, that's a 9.
All right. You get one question as you make a link, and you feel static. Like you can feel Mac's mind, and then something else in there.
What does it want from Mac?
It wants Mac to bring it out. It is trapped. It wants to be free.
Huli is very much like a folk remedies kind of person. They bring in a lot of that like old fashioned kind of curandera magic, like to mix in with their spooky stuff. Could I roll weird to sort of fudge up a like the equivalent of like an evil eye, but just something to kind of help suppress Twilight?
Okay, so you want to do a use magic roll?
Yes, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. And because you're using the information that you gained on investigative mystery, you will get a +1.
Just like going through Oscar's drawers and like grabbing rubber bands and stray beads and shit. 10.
Nice.
Perfect. It goes off without a glitch.
Excellent.
So I believe the effects you're choosing is to ward a person or place.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Mac is now warded.
Hey.
Have you guys ever seen the Vine that's like, oh dude, what you want for breakfast? The souls of the innocent.
Yeah.
A bagel.
A bagel.
A bagel.
No. Two bagels.
bagels.
Mac, you feel
Hankering for
Twilight.
2 bagels.
Yes. But Huli, when you approach, and I'm going off of this still, the 6 that you rolled, the hand flies backwards to try and like get away from you when you're making this. And Mac, more than the hand, you feel your whole shoulder move and part of your chest as you've given up more control to Twilight. But then, it's just your arm. Huli can grab it easily, and you hear Twilight growl in your voice, "No!" And it's quiet.
Huli is going to hold Mac's face as she often does.
Mac looks scared. That was
yeah.
a lot of moving.
Listen to me. Nobody else can tell you who you are or what you can do. You get to decide that. Not me, not them, and not that. Like gesturing to Twilight. You do. Okay?
He'll nod.
Can you say it?
Okay.
Okay. We should go see Oscar and Cassandra.
What are we gonna do with that? We
It's not a coincidence that the boogeyman, gesturing to Twilight, to the bracelet again, and bad things are happening, but I don't know how they're connected.
I think Oscar's protection is weakening. And the vultures have come coming.
More reason to go talk to him. I
yeah.
don't
Hey
wanna.
V. Hey V.
Yeah.
You know how your phone is on again?
Yeah.
It starts to ring.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, I'm so popular.
Oh
V is going to feel the phone vibrating, and he's gonna look at a glance, maybe at somebody else.
It's the same number as earlier.
And he looks at the phone, and it just hits him like a train again. The memory of Arturo and sorry, what was her name again? Zola.
Zoila.
Yeah, Zoila.
Zoila saying it was his father's fault. And he looks up. Hey, Mac, and gives him the sword. Gives them the sword. Just hold on, I gotta. Family shit.
We'll
Just
slide
looking
that.
directly at Mac. Like,
Do you
family
want?
shit.
Do you want somebody with you? You good?
I got this. And
Okay.
he steps out. It's out of the office.
Well, they'll yell after you. If you need anybody to yell at someone, I won't yell loud, but I can do it.
All right.
All
And-
paths.
That is where we're gonna cut to our break for the night.
Ooh.
We will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Please get up, stretch your legs, hydrate or dehydrate.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Not jeez.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, y'all. We'll be back.
jeez.
We'll be right back. I promise.
And welcome back to Entre Luna y Sol. If you're just joining us right now, we've had a very emotional episode so far, and it's just gonna get more emotional.
Yay.
Um, after the fallout of saving Cassandra from herself, our team has been dealing with a lot of emotional up and downs, people coming in from nowhere, hand demons being revealed, recriminations, trying to explain who they are at a monstrous base. Poor Remy. And Huli having several panicked, upset moments. But the next panicked, upset moment is not Huli's. Devon, before the break, V received a call from someone who had tried to talk to him before. This is your uncle's number. If you didn't remember it, you would have seen several missed calls from it already.
Yeah. So V leaves the office. After Mac reassurances, he feels a little steadier, just a little bit. There's a moment before he even opens the call where he takes a deep breath and he reminds himself, if there's nowhere else he belongs here. And that is enough to center him enough that he pops the phone open. What?
Mijo, I'm glad you picked up. I'm going to Puerto Sol.
Hold. I'm sorry, what? Why?
Because that's where you are.
You and Dad especially have a lot of explaining to do. Because you won't believe what I just found out.
Ask me anything.
Why didn't Dad tell me that I had to be registered?
Because your father didn't want you to have magic.
That's not his call. That's not fair.
Mijo, your father is a jealous piece of shit.
Why are you trying to contact me now after everything? What, like, Dad made it clear I couldn't do magic anymore. And that's why I left. Now, or why are you coming back?
I am not your father. And I regret that. Mijo, I've been looking for you ever since you left. You don't have to believe me. You can be mad about that fact. But I've been looking for you.
The whole time I have been here, I have been trying to find a space for myself because my family told me that I couldn't be the person that I wanted to be, that I couldn't live up to my abuela's legacy, that I couldn't be who I was. Because what? Because my dad was jealous? And now you're trying to come back and make some connect. You are part of a family that told me that I didn't belong. I found where I belong. I am trying to belong here. I am working so hard to belong. I worked so hard to be a good son. And once upon a time, I even tried to be a good daughter. Not anymore. I'm not going to fit myself into boxes just because you guys can't accept who I am trying to be. There are people here who love me, who care for me. You can show up if you want to, but just know the person that you're going to see, the man who has grown up here for years without you, not the same person. I'm better now. I'm better. Don't call me anymore.
What? Por favor, don't hang up.
Thanks, Al.
And your phone immediately starts ringing again.
He silences it.
Yeah.
Takes a deep breath to center himself. He wipes his face before he goes back in and is hoping to goodness nobody heard him raise his voice.
I have a question. V had said they were fine and wanted to have a private conversation. And as soon as they left the room, Mac would have said to the other two, I'm just gonna make, there's a lot that I'm just gonna make sure that
Can I have my sword back?
I'm just gonna leave it here, and whatever happens to it, happens to it. And they're gonna just leave it on the table where they were sitting. And it's just gonna go, and it's gonna stand just outside of the door, not really trying to eavesdrop, but wanting to be there in case, there is something. But probably heard some of what you said.
Is Mac there, like, right up against the door when he opens?
Yes, but is standing looking at the door as if waiting for you to open it and has tears in their eyes.
Oh.
Nobody should have had to tell you all that.
And he's like, don't start crying, because if you do, I'm gonna start crying.
I'm so sorry you didn't get here sooner so we could make you feel like you belong somewhere. That's... I don't know who that was that you talked to, but they don't deserve you.
No, they don't. You're not making me realize that. I think for a while I thought that I'd have to go back and prove myself. I don't gotta do that at all.
No. And Mac will, if you'll allow it,
Yeah.
is just gonna hug this short king.
Tiniest little man gives the hug back.
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't stay back.
It's okay. I needed a hug anyways.
Still kind of hugging you a little bit. We'll say, what are you gonna do about Remy?
I don't know yet. I got questions, and I know he's not gonna answer. I think that's what hurts the most. think what hurts the most is that you can love someone until the ends of the earth, but they won't be honest. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And there is a moment where he sort of just he closes his eyes because the feeling in his chest feels like someone is squeezing his heart in. There's a moment where he thinks he just can't, feels like he can't breathe just thinking about Remy. And then he just that's not a now thing. I think right now we got bigger fish to fry. Hey, we should ask Ray some questions.
Yeah. Earlier, Twilight was picking in my brain and was whispering things like, "Oh, it's so convenient that Ray has all the. It seems to be at the center of all this." And I don't think. Ray wouldn't do anything like. I don't know Ray
think so
like.
either.
I don't think so.
Maybe we should tell that to Huli. Maybe we gotta, and bring it up to Oscar too.
Yeah.
Would V know where Ray might be right now? Like, has he seen them passing?
Fun fact, as we put a pin in this, Huli and, well, hold on, I don't want to decide for you guys. Huli, I know you were gonna go to talk to Oscar and see where Cassandra is, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remy, what are you doing? Are you following Huli? Are you eavesdropping on the eavesdropper? Like, what's going on?
They were tempted, but they follow Huli because they still
Gotcha.
have that seed of the plan about taking over for Oscar, possibly, or helping Oscar in some way that's not just not transforming willy-nilly. But
Yeah. So when Huli, you know that there is a small, like, comfortable reading room. And it's pretty isolated. And it was the direction that Cassandra was carried. So it's easy to find them. Oscar is back in a human form and he looks drained. He is seated in an armchair, just sort of like almost limply, and Nina is running like a cold towel over his forehead. Cassandra is being currently bandaged up by Ray, where the red clay is seeping out, and he looks confused and concerned. And Cassandra's just in this big heap on the carpet and sort of breathing shallowly but asleep, not in pain.
Is she human or is she wolf still?
She's still a wolf.
Okay.
So she's huge. She takes up a lot of the room.
Well, Huli would have brought more maicena, so everybody gets a hot mug in their hands immediately. This guy likes sharks so much. Sorry.
Yeah, he still doesn't have a shirt on. So he just for our new viewers, Ray has top surgery scars and like shark teeth tattoos over top surgery scars, as well as like a gray blue hair dyed shark tooth earrings, and when he can't focus on being human, shark teeth. But right now his teeth are regular, square, and he's just in his board shorts, and he's just sort of like looks up and is just like, Gracias. And takes the mug from you. Oscar cannot hold his mug. Nina takes it and puts it to the side and like gently like starts to tip some of hers like against his lips.
Is Ray short for anything? Is it short for like Raimundo?
I don't think he would have told anyone, but you would have heard Oscar called him Reynaldo.
Reynaldo?
Yeah.
Ray, ven pon un camisa.
No
You can't
tengo
just
otra camisa. Well, and
You
he
don't
looks
have
at
an-
Remy. He's like, "Can I have it back?"
Yeah, and Remy does take it off and goes, "Thanks." That's it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a little scorched from like putting out like the last bit of fire on you, but like he slips it on, and for propriety's sake, he actually buttons up his Hawaiian shirt.
Damn it. I mean,
I thought that this was a sexy show. Dang it.
Holy voice, I can't have my team of children distracted right now.
But he looks at Huli and looks very relieved, and so does Nina. As they keep glancing from Huli to Oscar to Cassandra, sort of unsure what to do.
Can I do one of the alternate magic moves? I think it's called Trust Your Gut. I think that's the one I want to do. To see, like, to consult instincts on what to do next. Like,
I think in the rules you take one alternate weird move.
yeah, so
But
okay.
I do also think that what you're looking to achieve, you can do for read a bad situation.
But read about a situation that's real sharp. But yes, okay.
I will assist with this roll.
Actually, my sharp isn't too bad, but still. But yeah.
All right.
That is a. I will need the assist, otherwise I'll get an advancement tick. Because I got a 6.
I am assisting with your roll.
All right. Tell me, so Remy, what are you currently doing to try and assess this? And then Huli, what are you doing to try and help?
So I'm kind of walking around Cassandra now and like rubbing my hands together and not like touching, and I'm making sure that everybody knows I'm not trying to touch Cassandra again, but like kind of hovering hands and trying to feel the dark energies, to feel, is it just that's like, if the like the whole, thorn and paw situation, like, is that what's stopping, or is there something else going on from what I've experienced being a monstrous and being under patrons, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a 6, and Rena, what did you roll? What are you doing to assist, and then what did you roll?
To assist, I think I think Huli's presence is partly assisting, in that I'm sure Oscar was super trepidatious about Remy like coming back in general. But like Huli there means that there are at least 3 people in this room who, if something were to happen, can do something about it. But also Huli has that curandera background that we've talked about. So what do I add to an assist?
So you will be rolling the help out move, which you'll be rolling with cool.
Oh, cool. My favorite stat that I have.
And I do want to make a little correction for y'all. Oscar understands Remy to a very strong point and does not, he felt bad for Remy, not scared of him.
Okay.
So just for our audience to know too, monster knows monster.
Yeah. Remy's
Monster
like,
do be
he's
knowing
disappointed
monster.
in me. No.
I rolled an 8.
Perfect. Oh, I know what to do. Okay.
I love when that happens.
Remy, can you explain to me again one more time what exactly you're trying to do?
It's like sensing with like hands, like kind of like
You're trying to
where,
see like what exactly is wrong with Cassandra?
yeah, like whether or not there's still something stuck in them, like mystically, physically, spiritually, whatever that's causing it, or if it's something else.
Gotcha. So tell me about the time. Tell me about when you returned.
Mm.
What it felt like to no longer be completely human.
I think I think it was the feeling like with before even realizing what had happened to them, it was just this feeling of like the utter grief of like that anyone's ever experienced, whether it was like not necessarily to death, like it could be like a broken relationship, you know, kind of thing, or like a loved one. That sense of just like all consuming, like how, and then it confusion and pain and hunger of something that everything just tasted like ash for days. Like it's just like just being completely consumed with that grief of not knowing what it meant, what it was, why I was grieving, and dealing, yeah, with the pain of probably of the body being ripped and torn back apart because of the transformation and everything.
So Remy, you know that when you are transformed, it is sublimated throughout your body. The pain, the magic, all of it ripples through every cell. The dark magic is part of it, but this is a corruption. This is a transformation on top of a transformation, and it is constantly happening over and over again to Cassandra. So what Remy probably understands is that whatever has happened to Cassandra, whatever corruption is throughout her whole body, this is not a simple thing. It's not just pulling out black magic.
Mm.
And the thing you understand on top of that is that Cassandra, because she is constantly transforming due to the red clay, the pain that she must be feeling is unimaginable. Except maybe to someone who knows pain so intimately. Juli, it stirs in you. There is so much pain in this room right now. You can feel it emanating from Oscar. You can feel it emanating from Cassandra. And that dark entity, the thing that fuels your power, it craves. You can feel it in the way it consumes your control. Cassandra is dangerous. You may know that she means well, that it's not her fault, but the pain whispers in your ear. Cassandra is dangerous. And that pain that she has could be yours instead. So much less dangerous. All it would take is one or two good strikes. She's already asleep. And you can always make it look like an accident. Isn't that what you do? These little Small things. Little jinxes. All that pain. Oh, that pain that fuels everything within you. That gets you out of bed in the morning. It craves. And it wants to be heard. What do you do in this moment?
Can I roll to resist again?
Yes, of course. This is going to be an act under pressure move with cool. And again, because you're resisting again, it is a -1.
I think while this is happening and Remy just kind of grips the table, like just surprised at what's happening, having an inkling of the pain that, Cassandra's going through, and then sensing, like, not obviously knowing what's going on with Huli, but like looking at him, like, kind of echoing what V asked Remy a while back. It seemed like days and days ago, but it was only early that morning, like, you good? Like, and just kind of staring and is processing this as, of course, Huli reacts.
Holy, what did you roll?
I rolled a 7. That's
All right.
after the -1.
Fantastic. All right. I feel it.
There has to be another way. That is what Huli's like running through their mind right now. Is there has to be a different way to do this. There has to be. I don't want to hurt this. I know this isn't just a monster. This is like a little girl that I knew when she was a little girl. Like I can't. There has to be a different way to do this.
I think
You know it wants pain. You know that it wants pain, but you know in your heart of hearts, it doesn't care whose pain. And well, you're used to it, aren't you? Sorry, Diana, I cut you off.
Oh, no worries. I think Remy is babbling in Spanish about the constant transformation. They're stuck. It's a cycle. It's corrupted. I don't know, like, if we can save her. And it's just like it, and it's actually panicking just a little bit because it like suddenly they're fearing this could happen to them as a punishment.
I love this selfish fear in you.
Huli's gonna sit down and I think I'll roll weird. I'll use magic. Just try and absorb that pain.
You don't have to roll for it.
Okay.
If you choose to absorb this pain, then you can just absorb it.
If that, it will benefit in a lot of ways, and hopefully it will take at least one layer of transformation off, maybe. But yes, Huli is going to sit down and clutch Cassandra.
So let me warn you.
Okay.
This thing is not trying to take pain from Cassandra. It wants to add pain. So then when Cassandra dies, because it wants you to kill Cassandra, that you can take all of that. So it wants you to cause pain, to amplify it. So in this moment, if you are refusing to do it to Cassandra, you have to inflict the pain on yourself. Is that okay?
Yes, that is what.
All right, I want to do a check-in with the table.
Yes.
Are you good about this? All right.
Yes.
So when you choose to take in the pain instead of dealing it, the power in your head laughs. It is mocking. It is amused. And then you feel it like teeth against your throat
like the scrape of rocks too close to your skin. And it stabs. It squeezes. And you take 3 harm. No armor.
That's fine. I'm only at 4 harm. It's fine.
Is there anything physical? Like, are you one of those people that can hold it in without?
By the way, Huli would have healed the 1 harm from before, from earlier in that day. He's
Oh,
got
okay.
to rest and eat.
Yeah. Okay, 3 harm.
I would love
good
to be
to
meaner
go
to you, but like I
tacos.
feel like that's unfair.
My tacos are healing.
Yeah,
You're so
yeah.
right. No, yeah, there's no. I think the only visible difference in Huli, besides like clutching Cassandra to her chest, is just like the setting of the jaw, which could be anything.
I
Is
think
Remy still panicking?
a little bit, but yeah, since it's not like they're not surprised that Huli would pull Cassandra, like, okay, yeah, so they don't think much of that, even though they know something's going on with Huli, but yeah.
Yeah, Huli's goal is to hope that everybody else just kind of sees them being paternal and loving and kind, and not feeding the constant pit of pain that lives inside of them and consumes every waking breath and moment. Those are normal.
Man, chronic pain sucks.
Yeah.
Literally the demon that lives inside your body.
Me taking ibuprofen.
Yeah, listen. I took ibuprofen over the
Take
phone.
ibuprofen together.
Yes. The sacred chronic pain rituals. But so behind the both of you, you hear Nana gasp, and Oscar speaks. I really need to rely on both of you. No panic, please.
Está bien.
I'm sorry.
And I think that's when Mac and V join us in the room.
Oh Lord.
Boy.
Oh,
Mac
boy.
and V, you
Yes.
see Ray in a slightly burnt shirt, sort of sitting down on the ground next to Cassandra.
Mhm.
The shirt is closed for once. Cassandra is in a big heap, exhausted, with her very large head in Huli's lap, and Huli is on the ground hugging Cassandra's head. See Remming, maybe look a little bit panicky, and you see Oscar. I'm not talking to you, Google. Shut the fuck up.
She's like, fine.
Yeah. And then you see Oscar and Nina. And Nina is fretting over Oscar, and he looks drained. Too thin for his shirt, and exhausted, more so than usual. But his smile still brightens up when he sees the both of you.
Okay.
Mac just waves.
Ay, mijos, mije. Okay.
You don't look so good, Oscar.
I just usé mucho de mi poder.
I'll lean over
I
to V.
use-
What did he say?
Power. He used too much of his power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got you.
Sorry, Mac.
It's okay. It's hard to learn sometimes.
Yes, but you try so hard. I'm so proud of you. And he leans back against the chair again, and Nina looks like she's about to cry. but he, swivels his head and again takes in the view, and he's like, "Vi,
Yeah.
salvaste a Cassandra. You saved her life. Now we need to help. We need magic,
Yeah.
but I'm too tired."
You rest. We got this. We'll figure it out.
It's good that Zoila and Arturo are here.
Do we need them?
Soila and Arturo are here.
Wait, you know?
I'm registered.
You're what?
Huli, don't be mad. I'm not.
Registered?
Yeah.
Los magos, si no son monstruos, need to register.
Oh. That sucks.
Yeah. Huli. Do you know? Do we have any idea what's doing this to Cassandra? Besides, like, there's got to be something deeper.
I just took on a whole bunch of Cassandra's pain, which like intrinsically links us. Can I read a bad situation and see if that gives me more insight into what is doing this to her specifically?
So, I hate to be this asshole.
Be the
You
asshole.
caused yourself
That's true.
this amount of pain.
I
This
caused
is
myself
unfortunately
this pain.
not shared with Cassandra.
So you know
Yeah.
yourself better than you've ever known yourself before.
I
I-
technically didn't ask my mechanical question, by the way.
Oh yes,
Oh.
please.
Oh.
Yeah, so what I wanted to ask as best as I can with the constraints of read a bad situation is what's the best way to protect the victims, aka Cassandra, like, and protect, hopefully, in
So-
theory, fix her.
So, Oscar has hinted at this,
Mhm.
but Remy, as soon as V asks Huli, what can we do? You put it together. You need to do big magic.
Mm,
And that's why Oscar's saying, like, oh, it's really good that these other people are here. You're assuming that they're other mages. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't know who the fuck these people are.
yeah.
But you know that with corruption this expansive, and it's in every cell, you're going to need to use big magic to completely cleanse Cassandra of this.
Because the last time that V had tried to fix Cassandra, he knew he had to do a ritual. So he's like, Huli, are we gonna need Arturo and Zoila for this?
I think so.
Okay, I gotta go register with them anyways.
And to add on, Remy, you know that they're gonna need a lot of magic, and you know that they're gonna need monster blood.
Yeah, I think it takes, like, Remy stayed quiet because of sorry, I got a couple of things. For them to put it together, like, and they just kind of like laugh to themselves, like, because, like, I mean, I'm a monster, like, in their head. They're thinking like that's an easy easy ingredient to have. And so, yeah, they mention needs to be a big circle. Needs to be with the mages, you registered, unregistered, and we need monster blood. We need probably a lot. I could take care of that. But I think only a ritual magic will be able to cleanse Cassandra from this torture.
Those take days. Sometimes weeks.
I'm gonna cut in real quick. Thank you so much for the donation. There has been a luck added to the team pool.
Yeah!
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
We constantly need that.
I was like, I'm keeping track of it here. You know where I can keep track of it? In the sheet that we can all access.
So sorry. Diving back in. You guys talking about monster blood. My apologies.
Mhm.
Oh no, you're talking about weeks, right?
Like that it can take days, even weeks, to do a big magic that big. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then we probably should get started.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just says for big magic, just let the keeper know, and then the keeper gets to choose what we require. It's a keeper. What do we need?
Yes. All right. So all of you together. Mac.
Hmm?
Oscar motions you closer, and if you allow it, he whispers in your ear
Mm-hmm.
what you guys need to do.
Okay. Can
And
I
so,
also,
yes.
while that happens, try to slip the $20 back into his desk or his pocket?
We were in his office.
Mac forgot about it until Oscar was right there. Yeah, you can do that. I don't think you have to try very hard. He is very tired.
Okay.
But he whispers in your ear that you will need a place that has been cleansed already. That you will need monster blood enough to draw the necessary sigils. You will have to find out the sigils that will best cleanse a monstrous person without causing them pain. And then you need a whole lot of concentrated magic.
White women, gather your crystals.
Mm,
You gotta put them out in the moonlight first.
yeah.
God. And I'll write that down for you guys after this.
Awesome.
And then he like tugs on Mac's sleeve. And he's like, "Mije, you do a lot. You know that, right?"
I'm starting to.
Yes.
You do too much.
This is my home.
Well, we're your family. So it's our home too, right?
I can't believe this niña is scolding me.
It's only because he looks
Reverse pickpocketing me.
I don't know what you're talking about. just stand up and like.
And he laughs. And it doesn't sound pained, but he does sound tired. I stay with Cassandra. Please let them know what we need to do.
I will.
The block party is tomorrow.
Ay.
If we don't solve what happened, I know things will get more difficult.
All right.
And with that, he closes his eyes, too tired to keep them open. You guys know what there is to do. And you guys know that there is a time limit, even though this is a very complicated ritual.
What time of the day is it right now?
It is right after sunset. Y'all are gonna be the most tired people in the world.
For real.
But yeah, as we pull out of the community center, our last image for the night are people talking in the streets. In particular, people of power. Entre Luna. And they are talking with 3 angry whisperers. And slowly, the murmurs begin to fill with hate. And that's our show for tonight. Maria, why don't you start us off?
I have been Mac, the mundane. I am now Maria, the angry. You can find me everywhere the internet is sold at Happy Capster. I am a variety streamer, voice actor, performer, and co-founder of Goblin Society Games, a tabletop company for all your tabletop doing the needs. We have a book coming out soon. Come and do that. This weekend, I'm going to be playing in and running games over on Mythos Mystery Society for their unofficial Mythos Con, which is just a bunch of scary games, and it's usually very silly also as well. So if you're around, come hang out. Oh my god, wait, also on Sunday night, holy cow. Alongside one of these other lovely people who can announce it for themselves, I am an official co-streamer for the Latin American gaming thing. Showcase, there it is. Unidos edition. So while I did not stream today, I am going to be restreaming it on Sunday night to look at all those nifty games. That's the last thing, I promise.
No worries. Rebon.
Hello, I was V Belmonte, a little traumatized, a little family baggage, but you know his pronouns he, they, and he was the spell slinger who's maybe gonna be registered this time. Pew pew. That being said, I am Revon. My pronouns are he, they, also known as the Mythic Bunny. I am a video editor, freelance illustrator. I am also a performer, and you can find me when I'm not at my day job doing the game content on Twitch at the Mythic Bunny whenever I have the time for it. I play as a little jackalope PNG tuber who somehow has managed to find himself in the Mythic library somewhere, but he'll play horror games if it'll make you smile. In addition, that was me. Today I did the co-streaming. I was an official co-streamer for Latin American Games Showcase Unidos Edition. We had a lot of fun. It was really great. You should definitely go check out Maria when they do the recap because there's so many good stuff there. But otherwise, catch me over on Twitch most of the time. Okay, I pass it off to Rina. Bye. Diana, sorry.
Hello, everybody. I am Diana Moon Online. I use she, her pronouns. I was playing Remy, the monstrous, the lone, it seems like. They maybe sacrificing themselves soon. Who knows? We'll see what
No.
happens.
It's not gonna happen. No.
This is a party of who's gonna sacrifice himself first.
Right now, it's a competition between Remy and Huli.
Just be in the background screaming, "That's my fucking boyfriend!"
Exactly.
Y'all broke up.
We're off again, okay? We'll be
You're
on
right. How could I
again. We're
forget?
just gonna flip it over, eventually. You can find me on Sundays on Nerdgasm Noir Twitch with the Reclaimers and All POC RPG. We're currently on break because I'm not at home to produce. But when we get back, we'll be doing a Big Bad Con recap, and then a spooky game, and then some plans for the coming something or other. I don't know. I can't speak. I'm emotional. That's just me. I'm done.
Oh,
But
me.
not least.
Hi,
Sorry, second to last.
I'm Rena, at Liquid Rena, everywhere that's important and unimportant. I do whatever I feel like doing, and my dog is barking in the other room. Hey, if you want to support me, she's got a GoFundMe, dog GoFundMe. Click Twitter, do that. Yes, I love you. Go.
Listen, just
sure-
because I have a very puppy attitude doesn't mean you can order me around like that.
I short circuited.
It's okay. I adore
I
you.
can't boss anybody around. What do you mean?
Folks, I have been your keeper tonight, playing every other character. Victor, you can find me on the internet at Blue Sky, and if you want Blue Sky invitations, find me on Twitter, which I only use to give people Blue Sky invitations. At Villain Vicencio. And you can also hear my lovely voice being less horrific and more traumatized on Wednesdays when I play Synarch the Tabaxi Rogue, who is definitely in love with someone who will destroy him. Number one simp for someone who is not emotionally available. And otherwise, you can see me this coming Saturday in an Age game, Dragon Age, as a Canary, who is probably gonna go try and fuck up an ogre by himself. It's gonna be a very bad idea. You should come and watch me do very bad ideas. And thank you guys again for joining us. I'm so excited to get back to this game. So excited to see my people, and I am happy to just have everyone here. We will see you again next Friday for episode 5.
At our regular time, probably.
At our regular time at 8 p.m. Because, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And that's it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.